Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, we are from Group 5, taking subject of PAM3033 of Group B. For the Management Accounting 2, we would like to present about the performance analysis of the Nestle Malaysian Berhad. So, let's check it out. Here I would like to introduce our group, which is for the first one is one AZZA HUREEN BINTI ABDUL, and then for the next one is me myself Fadlin Sakina binti AZMAN, and then for the third one is PHAPDEE anak perempuan CHAUAN, and then for the fourth one is Karen Chai, and then for the last one is the SYAZALIANA binti Shamsuri. Okay, so first of all, let's we move to the first part, which is the introduction for the Nestle Malaysian Berhad Company, which is the Nestle good are currently considered necessary by the majority of the Malaysian customer because the aisles of most grocery shop and supermarket are stocked with Nestle item, and then there is a staple of practically of all Malaysian youngster and is available in almost all of the restaurant and tiny hawker shop around the nation. Okay, so for the next one, which is the background of the company for Nestle Malaysia Berhad, we can see through the nature of the business, product sold, and then for the registered address, board of the director, and also for their subsidiaries company. Okay, to look in further detail about their background of the company, we move to the first one, which is the nature of the business, which is they serve dairy, beverage, food, ready to drink, and also ice cream that we usually to see at supermarket. And then here we more focusing on the type of they provide, which is ready to drink because it quite similar with other competitors. And then for the next one, we can see from their product that then have been sold, which is Milo, Nestum, KitKat, and also other things that under brand of the Nestle. And then as you guys can see in this slide, this is their registered addresses, which is as the head officer for their company that stated at the Petaling Jaya, Selangor. Okay, so for the next one, you can see from the board of the director for the Nestle Malaysian Berhad Company. Here I just listed out around five name of the board of the director, as you guys can see here. And then for their subsidiaries company of their background of the company, you can see that they have five also, which is Cadbury Berhad, L'Oreal Berhad, Nespresso Berhad, Garoto Berhad, and also the last one is the Nestle Purina Pet Care Berhad.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Sakina binti Shamsuri. I will continue the slide. Purpose of mission statement. The mission statement complement the vision and communicate the purpose and direction to employees, customer, vendor, and other stakeholder. The organization appraise program should measure the right thing depending on the aspect of the organization that's want to be improved. There are three categories, which is individual and family, community, and business growth. For individual and family, Nestle Berhad committed to support individual and family in their nutritional journey. For the community, Nestle Berhad also extensively involved with various parties along their value chain, from local farmer to their supplier and employee. Also for business growth of Nestle, it must occur in tandem with the acceleration of operating practice leading to a genuine future economy. Purpose of strategic and operational tactical objective. For strategic, basically it's for sustainable social development, which is there are three types, which is relationship with the employees, relationship with the supplier and business, and relationship with the customer and society. For the operational, basically for sustainable economic performance and development, which is for long-term reliable return for shareholder and investor relation. And lastly, for tactical, which is for sustainable environment practice, is water as a key priority. Impact of economic and market condition. Economic and market conditions are definitely beyond the control of management in organization. Company management need to be closely monitored to ensure all future forecasts are always accurate. One of the effects of economic condition on performance measurement is that economic condition affect the supply and demand of a company, and the management of the company need to ensure that their decision making is in line with the demand and supply of the product offered. Impact of government and regulation. The most widely followed and closely support government rule by Nestle, Berhad is to support breastfeeding. There's two different way, which is to support breastfeeding and to protect breastfeeding. To support breastfeeding, basically they do so through a range of activity to people, which is educating parents and caregiver on optional nutrition and appropriate feeding practice in the first 1,000 days of life. Next, to protect breastfeeding, basically they do by continuing to implement an industry leading policy to market breast milk substitute responsibly.
Hi, I will explain about financial performance indicator. These are the indicators that the organization track to analyze its financial health. Different categories such as liquidity, profitability, efficiency, solvency, and valuation are few of which fall under these KPIs. All organizations have financial performance measure as part of their performance management. We use profitability, liquidity, risk, return on investment, and residual income to measure financial performance. First is profitability ratio. We use profitability ratio to measure the profit of company. Profitability ratio are the group of financial ratio that used for assessing and analyzing the entity's profitability through variance ratio. The areas that this ratio focus on are sales performance, cost management, asset efficiency, and sometimes cash flow management. The height or increase of this ratio implicitly means the entity financial performing well. Next is liquidity ratio. Liquidity ratio analysis is the use of several ratio to determine the ability of an organization to pay its bill in a timely manner. This analysis is important for lender and creditor who want to gain some idea of the financial situation of a borrower or customer before granting them credit. There are several ratios available for this analysis, all of which use the same concept of comparing liquid assets to short-term liabilities. The example of the liquidity ratio is current ratio, acid test ratio, days in receivable, account receivable turnover, days in inventory, and inventory turnover. For risk ratio, the risk ratio is the ratio used by the company to look at the level of risk in the company. This can be said to be the ratio of the profitability of risk in one group compared to the profitability of occurrence of risk in another group. It is typically used to present the result of variance group. This is also termed relative risk. Return on investment ratio, ROI, is a measure of profitability that evaluates the performance or potential return from a business or investment. The ROI formula looks at the benefit received from an investment or its profit divided by the original cost of the investment. By using this ratio, we as investors can evaluate the performance of the company. The benefits of using ROI are simple to calculate and easy to understand. Numerical quantitative measures are more objective and provide better in-term firm comparison. For the difficulty of using ROI is can be easily manipulated by management. Manager who is evaluated by ROI can reject investment opportunities that are profitable for the company as a whole and ignore qualitative measure. Last is residual income is the net operating income earned by the investment center. This income is income that exceeds the minimum return target. This means that residual income is the excess income earned from the return on investment. We use residual income in analyzing the company is to see the return on investment that will be obtained by an investor in making investment in the company. The benefits of using RI are more flexible as the cost of capital applied to investment can vary with different risk expectation. Second is investment earning more than the cost of capital is except why those earning below the cost of capital are eliminated. Third is overcome the dysfunctional aspect of ROI and seek the motivate manager to invest where the expect return exceed the expect charge for capital. The difficulty of using RI are it is an absolute measure and this make intercompany comparison difficult and it does not relate the size of a center's income than the cost of the size of the capitals is investment.
Assalamualaikum. My name is HUREEN. I will explain a little bit about non-financial indicators and PHAIs. For financial customer service perspective, first, financial customer service must be proactive. Customers want to get the latest information on change taking place in the company. So, Nestle Malaysia Berhad should adopt a customer-centric approach and improve their customer service. For example, clients want financial institution to connect them with up-to-date information about their finance. Therefore, financial customer service must be proactive. Second, privacy and data protection should be a priority. Customers protect their personal data used by the company. They want any personal information shared to be protected. They said they were willing to share more personal information if the company was transparent about how it would be used. And then for financial perspective, the purpose of the company is to ensure that if receive a return of investment will while managing the risk associated with doing business, the goal can be achieved by addressing the demands of all corporate stockholders, including shareholders, customers, and suppliers. Shareholders are part of a firm because they provide capital. Therefore, they should be happy when the company achieves financial success. They aim to ensure the company continues to generate revenue and the organization achieve objectives such as generating revenue and developing new revenue streams. Measures taken to achieve this objective may include the introduction of new products and services and the reduction of the cost of doing business. And next, for internal business perspective, balance scorecard integrate perspective and objective measures that may help the organization run more efficiently. Furthermore, scorecard help in evaluating a company's product or service and determining whether it meets the standards expected by customer. A key aspect from this point of view is the emphasis on organizational and employee skills. This allows business to develop marketing strategies and explore innovations that result in the development of new and enhanced ways to meet the needs of their customers. And for the last is the learning and growth perspective. The learning and growth perspective is a balanced scorecard component related to the intangible assets, its meaning, skills, and talent of employees need to support an organization's internal operations. More broadly, it consists of the job systems and climate of the company that are all necessary to survival. Short-term gains in learning and growth are often sacrificed to facilitate long-term progress. How the company can create their own balanced scorecard to identify, improve, and control a business' various functions and resulting outcomes. First, for financial, they increase shareholder value by achieving increased productivity, example, improving the cost structure and increasing the utilizations of assets. In addition, it generates revenue growth that increase existing customer value and expands value opportunities. Second, for the customer perspective must represent the scope of the strategy. How does a company perform with its target consumer, and strategy advantage consisting of a combination of products, service, and relationship attributes selected to meet the needs of its customers better than competitors. The third one is process. They create and deliver value propositions for customer and achieve productivity gains in order to meet financial targets. The last one is learning and growth. First, human resource, diversity, appropriate skills, talents, and knowledge. Second, information technology, information strategies and knowledge application contribute to the implementation of strategies by facilitating the process of improvement and contact with customer and suppliers. Third, organizational culture and alignment, employee awareness and understanding of shared vision, strategy, and culture values, and also coordinate employee goals and incentive. For the critical success factors, CSF, and key performance indicators, KPIs, for this company, it has 4 CSFs. First, excellent and unique R&D. Second, consumer engagement. Third, geographic presence. And the last one is anticipate consumers' needs. For KPIs, first, the firms focus heavily on R&D, which works on finding new products and developing the existing ones. Second, Nestle puts consumer at the core of their business and tries constantly to create value for consumer stakeholders and drive out waste. Third, by operating in many countries, the company disposes of a unique and unmatched geographic presence. And last one, by identifying new trends early and acting quickly to capture them, Nestle remains at the forefront of the fast-moving industry by encouraging national operations and adapting products locally. This company also can offer affordable price for the client. The benefits and difficulties of using balanced scorecard to influence employee behavior and performance. For the benefit, it has several benefits, such as first, it provides a visual picture of strategy. Second, it works as a base of the discussion. Third, it works on 3 levels of abstraction. Fourth, support of the business context by design. And the last one, easier data collection. For the difficulties, it has also several difficulties. First, balance scorecard term is misleading. Second, no focus on external factors and competitors. Third, lack of risk analysis. Fourth, lack of time dimension. And the last one is unidirectional bottom-up cause and effect logic.
As for reflections, we discover the purpose of this assignment is to integrate the students regarding theoretical and practical experience, whereas management accounting is the process of preparing reports about the chosen company and helping managers to make short-term and long-term decisions, with every business objective to aim the goals of identifying, measuring, analyzing, interpreting, but also communicating the information gathered with the managers. As for that, hence, while implementing the assignments, we are able to learn the calculations of financial performance indicators, such as ROI, or known as return on investment, RI, residual investment, and EVA, economic value added. Due to the first encountering the mentioned indicator, we do a lot of research by reading some examples from the articles and also from some of the management accounting book. Other than that, we also experience some difficulties during discussing the company critical success factors, which is CSF, and key performance indicator KPIs, as it required limited number of areas which ensuring whether the organizations have successful in competitive competition, such as their main competitors for Nestle is Heinz, Mondelez, and Mars. To complete the assignment, we have to be able to distinguish the difference between both CSF and KPIs, due to the fact that they can often be mutual but actually are different. In general, this assignment gives a whole different perspective of management accounting, as during lecturing we only do the given exercise according to the university performa, but due to the group assignment, we are able to undergo the real company behavioral impact in terms of financial and even non-financials. The experience we gather can be practiced in real working environment, such as being knowledgeable to use what type of management accounting information to support the decision making for the organizations.